Emma Lynch.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lynch, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On November 3rd, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a possible intoxicated driver. The witness, a Harris County toll authority wrecker, advised that he observed the defendant's vehicle stopped in the entrance ramp of West Little York Road. The officer also observed the defendant to have been swaying and have difficulty keeping her eyes open. The defendant's passenger advised the defendant was drinking. HGN was performed, 6 out of 6. The defendant denied to perform walk and turn and one leg stand. The DIC was read, but the defendant refused, and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
Okay. Any prior to DWIs?
There was a dismissal out of Bryan County in 2023.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, that was the only other DWI judge, but she also had a failure to ID, giving false or fictitious information, also out of Bryan County, and she received 12 months probation from that. And those were both out of the same transaction. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Ms. Lynch, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now. Let me ask you, do you have a Texas driver license? On your license, you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, then you will go to jail. You will not get...
Welcome back to Judge and Courtroom, where real-life justice is often stranger than fiction. Today's docket delivers a double shot of courtroom drama, and it's not for the faint of heart. First up, we have Emma Lynch, a repeat DWI offender. With a blood alcohol content so high, it's a miracle she didn't kill someone. She claims she wasn't driving the second time, but the evidence and her history tell a very different story. The judge is not amused. We'll see ankle monitors, alcohol bans, and a lecture about Harris County's tragic DWI death toll. That will hit home hard. And we move to a case that starts like a typical drunk driving arrest, until you realize the man behind the wheel is only 19, has a prior conviction, and was found passed out in live traffic with open containers in the car. His father pleads for leniency, but the judge isn't just worried about one young. Man, she's thinking about the strangers on the road who may not get home alive.
Lawyer, man. Okay. Do you mind giving an application? We'll have you fill out an application. I need to know whether you qualify. I'll have you sign a wreath of Victoria. You'll meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you take your signature box, man. Please. They speak English?
Yes, yes.
Come up. They can all come up.
Yeah, all y'all.
They can all come up. The more the merrier. Thank you for coming. I wish it were under better circumstances. And I'm sorry that you guys are having to come here and deal with this, but better now than 6 feet under in a pine box, right? We've had a lot of issues with him. And I think that, I don't know, I mean, I guess you realize and the spiel that I give to everybody is that watch the news, which I hope you do. Every day, someone dies in Harris County from a DWI. Every single day. We in Harris County lead the nation.
Hold all conversations.
We lead the nation in DWI fatalities because it happens so much. Is it because we have 4 million people here? I don't know. Is it because Harris County is 3 hours from one side to the other? I don't know. But that's what it is. And it's disgusting. And what scares me with him is he has 3 open DWIs in 3 different counties. That is extremely scary. And we're lucky that no one has been injured. A life has not been taken because it could have gone so much worse. The reason that it's taking as long as it is because he does not have, I'm presuming he doesn't have a lawyer in Nueces, right?
At this time, that's correct, Your Honor.
If you guys are able to get a lawyer for him down there, hopefully that can speed up the process to get everything working. Because here in Harris County, we have so many cases. We have so many people in custody that we move it like crazy. We're very, very fast. We're a fast-moving criminal justice system here. Fort Bend is built.
Did you catch that? Single mother driving through Houston at more than twice the legal alcohol limit, and this isn't her first offense? Think about what that means in real terms. Delayed reflexes, tunnel vision, swerving across lanes, all while other families are on the road. And here's the kicker. Emma's back wasn't just a little over the limit. At .286, we're talking about levels that can cause blackouts and impaired motor control. If she had hit someone, we'd be discussing manslaughter charges. Instead of bond conditions, that's why the judge is already leaning into some very serious restrictions.
I told him, I said, I don't like that for you. I'm a roofing contractor. He's going to be living under my house, and he's going to be staying with me. And I will be giving him a ride to wherever I need to take him to get his stuff straight. That's what I have, and that's what I want from him, and I know that's what he wants too. He's not a bad kid like that. He's not like what we're writing him off to be. And I see your position, and because you're telling me about, you know, all these fatalities and stuff. But that's not my son. Twice he was caught. He was parked. 150 times I tell you at AA that you're going to kill somebody. You know, of those 150 chances, he's got 2. He decided to stop and pull over and he didn't crash with anybody. Yes, he got caught 3 times. But he's ready to not ever drink again.
How many times has he not been caught?
He's young. He hadn't been drinking. He hadn't been drinking until 21 because he left and he was living on his own. He was living at my house. He didn't want to be.
This is the part casual viewers might overlook, but it's critical. The ignition interlock. It's a device that forces drivers to blow into a breathalyzer before their car will start. Combine that with random alcohol testing, and it's basically a court-ordered safety net. But here's the thing. This isn't a punishment. It's the only way to ensure Emma can't slip back into dangerous habits while waiting for trial. And notice how quickly the judge moves through these conditions. That's not bureaucracy. That's a sign she's handled way too many cases where second chances turned into tragedies.
I have to get him out of there.
Sorry, I really am.
He is not like I don't want to, he's not like all these other people, man. I'm sorry. My kid's not like that. He's not a drug addict. He doesn't abuse anything else. He messed up with the alcohol, being too young and not knowing what to do.
How do you know? How do you know?
I just know it. Know my son.
Hey,
he was living with me for a long time. That's how I know him.
and I understand and I respect it. Looking through the eyes of a father, I get this a lot. But when you have 3 DWIs in 3 different counties, judges have told you repeatedly what you can and what you can't do, and you repeatedly flaunt that and just don't. And you have shown us repeatedly you're going to do whatever you want to do, regardless of what a judge tells you.
When the judge brings up Harris County's reputation for drunk driving fatalities, it's not courtroom theatrics, it's cold, hard truth. Harris County consistently ranks near the top in alcohol-related deaths in Texas. That means behind. Every statistic is a family mourning a loved one who didn't make it home. So, when Emma tries to explain away the second incident, the judge's focus isn't just on her personal story, it's on the broader public safety nightmare that comes from repeat DWI offenders. This is where justice gets personal for judges who've seen the aftermath up close.
So what we do is I have clinicians on staff who evaluate him and tell us what the proper course of action is. We've had our clinicians evaluate him, and
Facility followed by sober court.
what that is that it's a treatment facility that's kind of like a long-term rehab type facility where it teaches him how to deal with the issues, cope, and not use alcohol as a way to cope, as a coping mechanism. After he does that rehab, we have him going into sober court, which is a long-term, an 18-month program that supervises him by one of the actual judges here that keeps him under their wing and meets with him on 2 times a month, where he would come to court, meet with them to ensure that he's on the straight. If he's on the outside, I can't pay for anything.
That program with other people.
Right. And unfortunately, we want to do that, but I can't do anything until those other 2 cases are resolved. The idea what Will had was you've got a lawyer in Fort Bend. You have to get a lawyer in Nueces. Once you do that, we can work together all as one unit to resolve all the cases at once. And then we get them.
This is where the emotional temperature in the courtroom spikes. You can feel a father's desperation. He's not just asking for leniency. He's begging for his son's life to take a different path. And the judge listens, but she's also playing chess here, thinking 3 moves ahead. If she lets Fontenot walk with rehab alone and he relapses, it's not just his family dealing with the fallitique. Could be an innocent stranger paying the price. That's the razor's edge judges. Walk daily, balancing rehabilitation with public safety. And make no mistake, both sides have everything to lose.
Rewarded throughout the program. They help him get his license back, help him job searches. So it's a really rewarding program. And the idea is to get him to recognize is at a young, early age now, before it spirals out of control at a later date, or either that or before you do some catastrophic damage where you're now ending up with a 40 or 50-year sentence. That's the goal.
The treatment facility is called SATF, SATF. It's an acronym.
It's Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, SATF. But we can't until Nueces is on board as well.
I'll talk with the family more, Judge.
You want to use all this money to get him out of jail. He needs a lawyer over there. The money, instead of getting him out, probably be better spent with the lawyer in Nueces so that we can work all together to find a great resolution. Not just getting him out and hope he does well. We have the tools and I can pay for everything for you. It's a $30,000 program that I'm willing to pay for you. Not to mention aftercare, which is probably another $15,000. So we are footing the bill for everything. But I can't do that if he's on the outside. Okay. I know that it's...
Now here's a twist you might not expect. The judge wants to send Fontenot to a top-tier rehab program, a place with intensive therapy, medical monitoring, and a chance to truly break the cycle. It costs $30,000, which the state would cover, if approved. But because he has charges in other counties, her hands are tied. This is one of those moments where you see the cracks in the justice system. The resources exist, the judge is willing, but bureaucracy and overlapping jurisdictions slam the door shut. And with a 19-year-old's future on the line, that's a bitter pill.
Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 17, 2024, the officer responded to a medical assistance call at a public roadway in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stationary in a moving lane of traffic. The defendant was asleep in the driver's seat of the vehicle while it was still in drive. The officer observed 3 open containers inside the vehicle in plain view, all of which were cold to the touch.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Judge, all cold to the touch. And after several attempts at waking the defendant, the officer broke the back passenger side window and placed the vehicle in park. When the defendant woke up, the standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. DIC were read, but the defendant refused. Blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
Any priority to BIs?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fontenot, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
I'm now taking away your privilege to drive. You're not allowed to drive for the foreseeable future. Do you understand? And I would hope that you recognize it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. If I find that you consume alcohol, if I find that you use illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You will be signing an affidavit with me today.
Imagine the danger here. A car stopped in live traffic, engine running. A young driver unconscious behind the wheel, and open containers right there in the cabin. It's a miracle no one rear-ended him at full speed. The judge isn't exaggerating. When she calls it a golden road moment, it's a warning that life will not hand him many more chances to turn around. And remember, this is a 19-year-old who already has a prior DWI. That's not youthful experimentation, that's a pattern forming. If he doesn't change course now, the next time we see him here could be for something far worse.
Particularly the court wants him to do to demonstrate that.
I don't know. Creativity goes a long way, but I want you to appreciate what it is to be able to drive. Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Do you understand? And I want you to appreciate that and understand that. I'd like a little bit of time in the past. A little creativity goes a long way. But, how old are you, sir?
He's 19.
You're 19 years old. What are you doing with yourself these days, Mr. Fontenot?
I currently work in Conroe. I'm a diesel mechanic. So
He's employed full-time and he's never been in trouble, Judge, just for what it's worth.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
You need to understand that your life is just now starting. And what you make of your life now, it's like, it's a road, right? That you're building in your life now. That road can be smooth. It can be glorious, paved in gold, or it could be a chunky, rocky piece of crap, just cobbled stone that are filled with holes because you're in and out of jail. You're setting yourself up for the next 40 years of life. And if you end up in and out of jail with conviction after conviction, with drug problem after drug problem.
Two defendants. Two very different paths, but one shared truth. Drunk driving destroys lives long before it kills. Emma walks out with strict monitoring and a ban on alcohol, while Fontenot leaves, knowing the judge gave him one more shot, but not without a warning sharp enough to cut through any denial. These cases remind us that justice isn't just about punishment, it's about prevention. And in courtrooms like this, prevention sometimes has to be loud, uncomfortable, and painfully direct.
Don't stay in contact. We're not going to have a good experience here. If you do as you should, then hopefully we'll come out of this unscathed. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Okay. All right, guys. I'll have him sign the affidavit. We'll have him go sign a receipt of Victoria. You'll get with Fleischer your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Judge, please, the court, I'll probably bring him back in about 30 days, just so you can check his progress.
Certainly can. Let's see how things are going. But him coming up here and just saying that I missed my license, I want to see some kind of proactivity.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
All right. Okay.